You know how we've spoken about before that we have a true self and we have a false self. The true self is the self of the heart. The false self is the self of the ego. So everything about the ego is batil. Everything about the ego is false. Everything about the heart is true. What we need to distinguish is what is actually really true about ourselves. So when you tell someone, be yourself, it depends on what you mean by that. Oftentimes in the modern world, it means be yourself, yani the nafs al-ammara bisu, which is a self that suicides evil. No, don't be that self. The modern world's giving you a playground to do whatever it is that you want to do, be whatever it is that you want to be, and just, I want to be this today, I want to be that tomorrow, I want to do this, I want to do that. The world is your playground. You only live once. Have fun, whatever. These perspectives are not what this truly means. If someone says, be yourself, which mostly they don't mean this, but in a religious context we do, it means be your true self. And you be the person that you know you can be by actualizing your servitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and using your God-given gifts for Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what it means. And then to become that freed from the shackles of the ego, that's when your true self starts to rise. So here he's given us a criterion, and this criterion's for us to develop an understanding that will then fuel our mujāhadah, our spiritual struggle, which is what we have to do to really draw near to Allah. You have to roll up your sleeves and work. And one of the wisdoms, as I heard our teachers say, is that of Allah creating shaitan is that the only people who draw near to Allah is a mujtahid, someone who works hard. The only one who's going to draw near to Allah is someone who's willing to really work hard. And if success in this world, largely, can't be attained except with really hard work. Even the best athletes who have the best athletic ability, very rarely is someone good if they don't practice hard. Usually, the top-tier athletes are the ones who work the hardest with supreme athleticism. And those usually tend to be the ones that move to the top of their field. So here, there's things that are easier for us to do, and there's things that are harder for us to do. When we start to become aware of that, when something's harder, it usually is an indication that that is what is better for us. And so think about it when you have a long list of things that you need to do. And you sit down to do them, there's just certain things, like you think about that thing, you're like, oh, and it's hard for you to do because it's heavy. That is usually the thing that you should begin with. It's a very practical skill. If you have like 10 things to do on your to-do list, the wisdom, the dictates of wisdom is to begin with the heaviest one. Because if you begin with the easy things, then you're going to lose a little bit of your stamina, and it's going to make the harder things even harder. But if you go right into the harder things and you knock one or two of those things out, you, one, develop a momentum, and then it's easier to use that to get to the easier things. And so let's just say you have 2 hours and you have to accomplish several things. Plan out how you're going to do that. Save the easier things that you can do kind of in cruise mode, right? That you have to call and take care of a worldly need or something like this, or pay a bill online or something like that, or respond to an email. Those are easy. Do the things that are harder. This is one of the applications of what he's referring here to.